opportunity and ideas turn into reality. Today we here gather not just as students, mentors or industry leaders, but as change makers who believe that entrepreneurship is the way to shape our future. At IIT BHU, we've always been a forefront of innovation, and this summit is a testament to our commitment to nurturing the entrepreneurial spirit among students, aspiring founders, and budding visionaries. Entrepreneurship is more than just about starting business. It's about identifying the right problem, building solutions, taking risks, and most importantly, creating a powerful impact. It is the backbone of economic growth and societal progress. India, once seen as an outsourcing hub, today is one of the fastest growing economies of the world, with over hundreds of unicorn and thousands of disruptive ventures across the industry. From technology to sustainable solutions, from fintech to deep tech, Indian entrepreneurs are redefining industries, challenging norms, and proving that Make in India is not just a slogan, it's a movement. This summit is designed to help you navigate the entrepreneurial journey, whether you're exploring an idea, building a prototype, or scaling your startup. Through insightful panel discussions, workshops, and interaction with investors, startup founders, and business leaders, we aim to bridge the gap between ideation and execution. India is just not creating startups, it is building solutions for the world. The rise of next generation ventures shows that Indian entrepreneurs are setting global benchmarks. But beyond numbers, entrepreneurship is about resilience, adaptability, and purpose. It's about identifying the right problem and converting that into an opportunity. It's about the courage to disrupt, innovate, and lead. So as we kick off this exciting event, I urge you all to make the most of it. Ask exciting questions, engage with the speakers, network with your fellow innovators, and most importantly, never ever restrict yourself from dreaming big. Because who knows, the next big startup, the next groundbreaking innovation, or probably the next unicorn might just be one from this room. Get ready for an exciting journey of learning. Get ready for an exciting journey of learning, inspiration, and transformation. Let's build the future one idea at a time. And now, to set a perfect tone for this summit, we couldn't have asked for a better keynote speaker. Someone who embodies everything this event stands for: entrepreneurship, self-growth, personal growth, leadership, and fearless ambition. A man who's lived every phase of this entrepreneurial journey, taking risks, facing failures, reinventing himself, and emerging stronger. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Mr. Ankur Warikoo.
Thank you.
You can have a, yeah, you can have a seat.
Thank you, Astik.
Thank you, sir.
Incredible energy. Can we have a huge round of applause? But wonderful to be here. Thank you so much for showing up. एक Thursday night को शाम को वैसे तो ये अच्छा वो रिकॉर्ड हो रहा है। भाइयों और बहनों, आप सब लोगों का स्वागत है इस ई समिट में। बता दीजिएगा मैं ज्यादा अगर हिलूंगा तो ना हिलूं, ठीक है? आप मुझे गाइड करिएगा, आप डायरेक्टर हैं, मैं सिर्फ एक्टर हूं। ओके, इट्स वंडरफुल टू बी हियर। मैं पहले भी IIT BHU आया, एक्चुअली BHU आ चुका हूं, तो दिस कैंपस इज जस्ट सो इंसेनली ह्यूज and I'm so glad that I'm getting to spend time with all of you. Entrepreneurship is something which is very close to my heart. मुझे जिंदगी में ज्यादा कुछ पता नहीं है, बस स्टार्टअप करना ही सीखा हूं, पिछले 15-20 साल से वही करता आ रहा हूं, and there is a lot that I've learned which I would love to share with all of you, so that we kick off the E-Summit in a grand way. Firstly, congratulations to the entire ESL committee members and the entire society. इतने जज्बे के साथ हर एक कॉलेज, हर एक इंस्टीट्यूशन इस देश में एक एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप समिट कर रहा है। इट इज सो वंडरफुल बिकॉज आई कम फ्रॉम अ टाइम जब एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप वर्ड को लोग प्रोनाउंस भी नहीं कर सकते थे। वो स्पेलिंग तो बहुत दूर की बात थी। सब लोग सिर्फ इसको बिजनेस ही बोलते थे एंड स्टार्टअप एक बहुत ही एलियन सा कॉन्सेप्ट था, बट टुडे स्टार्टिंग अप इज सो कूल and Shark Tank has made it so accessible, and of course there's so much of funding that's coming in. The ambition is at a different level, so I'm just so happy that I've seen this transition in this country and been a witness to it. I want to get a sense of the crowd first. So how many of you here are first year students? All right. सब लोग हैरान क्यों हैं? Like, okay. अगर आपको जबरदस्ती बोला गया यहां आने के लिए क्योंकि आपके पास कोई चॉइस नहीं था, सॉरी इन एडवांस. सेकेंड ईयर स्टूडेंट्स, ऑलराइट, अब नंबर धीरे धीरे कम होते रहेंगे. थर्ड ईयर स्टूडेंट्स, हाँ हो चुके हैं. एंड फोर्थ ईयर, जिन सबकी प्लेसमेंट हो चुकी है. ऑलराइट, वंडरफुल, फैंटास्टिक, ग्रेट. हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू हियर आर from outside of, actually nahi, how many of you here are from Banaras, Varanasi? Okay, a few of you. ठीक है, तो ज़्यादातर लोग बाहर से ही हैं. And is there anybody here in this room who does not understand Hindi? Anybody at all? Okay, one. Anybody else? Two. Anybody else? Okay. Are you sitting, bro, next to somebody who understands Hindi? Yeah? Who is the one who's sitting next to you? कितनी अच्छी हिंदी आपकी हिंदी? स्केल ऑफ 10 पे बताइए. 8. बाकी लोग आपको जज कर रहे हैं, मुझे नहीं पता. ओके, इफ आई से एनीथिंग दैट यू डोंट अंडरस्टैंड इन हिंदी, ही इज योर मैन. ओके, एंड एट द एंड ऑफ दिस एक्सरसाइज यू विल हैव टू ग्रेड हिम. ठीक है, ही इज योर मैन ओनली फॉर दिस इवेंट. नो जजमेंट. Second, who was it? Somebody else had also raised their hands. Now they are not. They're like, I'm not getting into this. This shit is getting recorded. I'm not going on camera. Okay, no. So only you. All right, perfect. So if I use a little bit of Hindi here and there, just ask him. And if he doesn't know, like 8 number पे इतना, sorry, 8 is what you give yourself and so on. All right. So here's what we're going to do. It's 6:30 exactly. How much time do I have, Pranjali? 8? Oh, you're like, ठीक ठाक लगा लो बस. All right. So I will speak for about 35-40 minutes, and then we will have a Q&A for as long as you want. मैं रात को यहीं रह रहा हूं, मैं कल सुबह जा रहा हूं, तो मैं वेला हूं. I am completely at your disposal. I would love to spend as much time as you would want. And we don't have to only discuss entrepreneurship or startups. It could be anything. It could be career, it could be personal finance, it could be relationships, it could be choices that you have to make, are struggling to make, anything at all. मैं 44 साल का हूं, तो जितना आप मुझसे रिलेट कर पाएंगे उतना मैं आपको हेल्प कर पाऊंगा. That's basically what it is. I'll try and come down to your level because you are an audience that I actively speak to. So here's what I want to do. For about 30 minutes, I'll just very quickly walk you through my life. And the reason why I want to do that is not because ये मेरी जिंदगी है and I'm in love with the life that I'm leading, but it's actually something which you can learn from. I had a very different idea of what my life would be, and I'm doing something very different from what I thought I will be doing. And there is a story in that which all of you as students can learn from. So growing up in Delhi, I don't come from Delhi. We as a family belong to Kashmir, but I at least never stayed there. We moved to Delhi when I was 3 years old. So for all technical purposes, I am from Delhi. How many of you here are from Delhi? Yeah, so some of you, and it is what it is. मतलब पता ही हमें दिल्ली कैसा है, क्या है वगैरह. It's a great city, but it's of course not always great in some dimensions. But it was just super fun. Growing up, 1980s, 1990s, middle class India, जद्दोजहद चल रही है. There is no money. Dad was a sales and marketing professional in a pharma industry. Mom was a primary school teacher in a local school. मेरी एक छोटी बहन है 6 साल. And we were just a family of 4 trying to break the middle class curse of India. तो हर चीज लोन पे लेना, किसी न किसी कर्ज में डूबे हुए हैं. There's always this very perpetual struggle that I'm sure most of you can relate to. But in the middle of all this middle classness, I had very strong ambitions about my life. मुझे कुछ बड़ा करना था. एंड मैंने अपनी जिंदगी में बहुत अर्ली, अराउंड 7th और 8th स्टैंडर्ड इन स्कूल, एक प्लान बना दिया. This is how I'm going to live my life. And if you ask anybody from school or college or maybe speak to my parents or my relatives and you ask them कि अंकुर के बारे में कुछ पता है, they will almost certainly tell you about the plan that I had for life. And here is what the plan was. It had 3 steps to it. Step number 1, I wanted to become a scientist. I hated engineers. I was like, engineers ने अपना ज़मीर बेच दिया. They could have become PhD students, devoted themselves to the study of sciences, but they're like, नहीं हम मशीनें बना के पैसे कमाएंगे. And I felt that that's not what I want to do. So as much as I sat for the JEE but could never clear it, the intention was to do a BSc and an MSc and a PhD and so on. And I was very clear that I wanted to do my PhD from the US because that was the best place to do it from, at least at that point of time. That was step number 1. Step number 2, I wanted to specialize in the space sciences. So I wanted to become a space scientist. And as a space scientist, there was only one place that I wanted to work at. NASA. किसी ने इसरो नहीं बोला. मैंने भी नहीं बोला था, by the way. ISRO was at least not as cool as it is today back then. Like back then it was like this struggling, trying to make it work. Today is like the place to be. But back then NASA was the place to be and I was like US जाके PhD करेंगे, NASA में काम करेंगे. That's my goal number 2. And goal number 3, as a space scientist working at NASA, there was only one place that I finally wanted to be on. Mars. Who said moon? What kind of a low self-esteem space scientist will I be? हम चांद पे जाएंगे. Today Mars is of course like a tourist destination, but back then Mars was like the holy grail of space sciences. This is where every space research, if they wanted to be on, wanted to be. And I was very clear that that's what I want to do. This is, by the way, before Elon Musk has come into the picture. This is before Shah Rukh Khan in the movie Swades has come back as a NASA scientist. Desh badlenge, none of that. So true middle class ambitions to do all of this. And I took up science in class 11th and 12th. Then I joined Hindu College, Delhi University for its Bachelor's of Physics program. And I don't know if any one of you has friends in Delhi University or has ever been to Delhi University, but nothing happens at Delhi University. I thought best university of India, great college, top ranked in sciences, I'm going to learn so much. I did not get anything out of college. The only thing I got out of college was my wife. Sab loge like, bro, screw E-Summit. Hats off for this. समझ सकता हूं. दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी बहुत अलग है, जेंडर रेशियो बहुत अलग होता है वहां. इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज cannot be compared. And of course, all of you are aiming to become an engineer. Very different ambitions when you are in Delhi University, most of it at least. I was not at any level distracted. मैं फितरत से एक बहुत focused इंसान हूं. So while I had this wonderful relationship that had just sparked in my life, I was like, नहीं, मुझे पता है मुझे जिंदगी में क्या करना है, and that was to apply to the US universities, start preparing for the PhD courses that I wanted to. So I started applying to the US universities, and I got through Michigan State University for its PhD program in astrophysics on a 100% scholarship, which frankly was the only way. And you know, I kind of feel sorry for all of you right now because it's really hard to get a 100% scholarship nowadays. But back then, it was actually relatively easy. If you were going for a PhD to the US in any university, whether a private or a public one, it was almost certain that you would get a scholarship. And that scholarship would be through the form of an assistantship, whether a teaching assistant or a research assistant. So, pehle saal I was a TA, the next year I was an RA, my tuition fees was waived off. I used to get this really fancy $1,500 a month stipend, which was more money than my dad had ever earned after slogging his ass off for 40 years. It's just ridiculous. The kind of luxury that I had as a student, and फिर हम हैं भी एकदम बिल्कुल सारे पैसे पहली बार जिंदगी में देखे हैं, तो मैं कहीं जा नहीं रहा हूँ, मैं कुछ कर नहीं रहा हूँ, पनीर दूध फाड़ फाड़ के बना रहा हूँ, कभी खरीदूंगा नहीं, कमरे में लाइट बल्ब भी नहीं है अगर नहीं चल रहा है. Like I saved like a maniac, and when I actually at the end of the year looked at my financials, I was like, bro, I'm rich. I'm rich AF. Like, how did this happen? But that was a different thing. So now I got stage 1 cleared. I'm in the US as a student who's trained in the Indian education system. And आप में से शायद बहुत सारे लोग बाहर जाएंगे पढ़ने के लिए. And that's when you will realize कि हमारे देश में हमें एक ऐसी चीज सिखाई जाती है जो पूरी दुनिया में किसी और इंसान को नहीं सिखाई जाती. और वो है कि एग्जाम से कितने दिन पहले पढ़ना शुरू करना है. लास्ट 10 साल के क्वेश्चन पेपर क्या है, उनके एग्जाम क्या है, उनको अच्छा से रट लो. 3 घंटे के एग्जाम में जाओ, उल्टी कर दो, एक्स्ट्रा शीट पे एक्स्ट्रा शीट मांगो, फोमो जनरेट करो, देन यू स्टेप आउट ऑफ द रूम and you start discussing answers with your pals, and 5 मिनट के अंदर, before any evaluator has even touched your answer sheet, you know exactly कि तुम्हारे कितने नंबर आने वाले हैं, and you know exactly कि तुम्हारी रैंक क्लास में क्या होने वाली है और माँ बाप कितने खुश है दुखी होने वाले हैं. It's this insane art, or rather science, that nobody in the world is taught. Because I thought everybody gets this training. यही तो हमारा फोकस था, मार्क्स लेना. हम पढ़ाई के पीछे, समझदारी के पीछे थोड़ी भाग रहे थे, हम तो सिर्फ नंबरों के पीछे भाग रहे थे. एंड मैं भी यूएस पहुंच के नंबर के पीछे भागने लगा. एंड लो एंड बिहोल्ड, नॉट सरप्राइजिंग, आई एम किलिंग इट. टॉप ऑफ माय क्लास, फॉरगेट चाइनीज, कोरियन, एशियन, अमेरिकन, नोबडी. आई एम insanely awesome. 4.4 point back to back. My professors love me, my students hate me. It was a vibe I can't even explain. And you would imagine, when you're doing all of this, when you wanted to do all of this, this would make you truly sparkle. Like, चेहरे पे एक अलग सी रौनक होगी, एक अलग सा तेज होगा. You will get up every day and be like, I will win this day. But I felt completely the opposite. I was like emotionless. I was like a robot who would get up, do the thing, ace the exam, and then just go back to sleep. Do the thing, ace the exam, go back to sleep. And I struggled to make sense of it, because this is what I wanted to do. This was my plan for my life. So I began to have these very tough conversations with myself कि क्या गलत हो रहा है. This is what you wanted to do. यही तो तुम्हारा अरमान था, यही तो तुम्हारा गोल था अंकुर. What is going wrong? And after a series of these conversations that I only had with myself, क्योंकि मैं किसी और से ये बात नहीं कर सकता था, I realized that physics, which is what I was doing, was something that I was really good at. पे इंतहा अच्छा था मैं फिजिक्स में. I could do it in my sleep, but it didn't make me happy. I was doing something in life that I was really good at, but it didn't make me happy. And for the first time in my life, it struck me that what you're good at and what makes you happy could be 2 different things. And that was a shocking revelation. क्योंकि मुझे सिर्फ यही बताया गया था कि जिस चीज में तुम अच्छे हो, उस चीज को तुम ऑटोमेटिकली करते रहोगे और खुश हो जाओगे. And जिंदगी का यही रिवाज है. This is how the world works. But that was not the truth for me. And now I had to figure out what to do. I was good at something, I knew it would not make me happy, so now I had 2 choices. Continue doing what I'm doing, and because I'm good at this, I will actually get everything that the world calls success. I will get that gadi, bangla, shan, shaukat, everything, because I'm good at this. But it's quite possible that I will not be happy doing this for the rest of my life. So option number 2 was, go and figure what could make you happy. And मुझे कोई idea नहीं था वो क्या हो सकता है. But I knew for a fact this is not what I want to do. So at the age of 24, I decided to drop out of my PhD and come back to India. And you can imagine how that conversation कुछ लोगों के दिल छू दिए मैंने. You can imagine how that conversation went with the parents. They were like, तुम्हारा दिमाग खराब हो चुका है, तुमने 8 साल से हमारा दिमाग खराब कर दिया है. US, NASA, PhD and all of these things, and now you're giving us this completely bullshit theory. Oh, I'm good with this, but I'm not happy, whatever that means. So they didn't understand it, and I can imagine why they didn't understand it. And just like Indian parents, and you're used to it, they began to have these very cute negotiations with me. ये ले लो, ये दे दो, ये कर लो, ठीक ठाक लगा लो. So as part of that negotiation, here was this proposal that they came up with. They're like, ऐसा लग रहा है कि तुम वापस भारत आना चाहते हो, and you're an adult, so you can come back. Thankfully हमारे पैसे नहीं लगे हुए हैं, तो तुम आ सकते हो, and it will not be financial damage at least. But you don't have to drop out of your PhD and then come back. Why don't you finish your PhD and then come back? And when I heard that, I was like, ये मैंने पहले नहीं सुना हुआ है. And then it struck me that class 10th में माँ पापा ने बोला था, इस साल पढ़ लो, फिर तुम्हें जिंदगी में पढ़ना नहीं पड़ेगा. And then in class 12th they told me, इस साल अच्छे कॉलेज घुस जाओ, तुम्हारी पूरी जिंदगी सॉर्ट आउट हो जाएगी. And that's the same thing they're telling me again. They're like, PhD खत्म कर लो, कुछ तो चमत्कार हो जाएगा तुम्हारी जिंदगी में, and your life will be taken care of. And I didn't want to make hope my strategy, as much as I love my parents. So I decided, much against the disappointment, much towards the disappointment and the dismay of my parents, to come back to India. And is there anybody here who's above 24 years of age? One, two, a few of you. So most of you have no idea what it means to be 24. I can tell you, when you're 24, you feel old as fuck. You're like, जिंदगी खत्म हो चुकी है, मुझे कोई आइडिया नहीं है कि मुझे जिंदगी में क्या करना है, मुझे कोई क्लैरिटी नहीं है, मुझे नहीं पता कि मैं जो कर रहा हूं वो सही चीज है कि नहीं है, मुझे नहीं पता कि मैं इसमें खुश रहूंगी कि नहीं रहूंगी, सब लोग सॉर्टेड है, मुझे ही नहीं समझ में आ रहा कि जिंदगी क्या करनी है. एंड इट इज इनसेन हाउ आई गेट दीज ईमेल्स एंड मैसेजेस एवरी सिंगल डे. एवरी डे, I kid you not, I will get this email. It's like, Ankur sir, I'm 23 and it's over. I was like, but we were never in a relationship, but like, I don't know what to do. My friends are all so happy. They have these nice jobs, they have these nice cars, they have these nice phones. मैं अपनी जॉब में खुश नहीं हूँ, मैंने अभी पढ़ाई खत्म करी है, फिर ये प्रेशर है, वो प्रेशर है, फोमो हो रहा है, लोनलीनेस है, सोशल मीडिया एडिक्शन है, वगैरह वगैरह वगैरह. I think my life is over. And I'm like, बहन, तुम किसका कंटेंट देख रही हो? Why would you at 23 believe that you're over? But I totally get it. I actually get it that the 20s is the hardest decade to be in. Particularly for all of you. We had it really easy back then. But you are constantly compared. You're constantly comparing yourself. There are so many people who are, of course, killing it in life. You look at that small, minuscule percentage and then you extrapolate it to your life and be like, oh, I must be a complete dumbass to not know what to do in life. And that shit doesn't help at all. And that was the same thing, and imagine that was what I was feeling. I come back to India, I dropped out of the program. Nobody in 2004, this is 2004 by the way, nobody in 2004 was dropping out of anything. आज जब मैं आता हूं ना और आप लोग एकदम ताली बजाते हैं because I say, oh, I'm a dropout, and people are like, oh, bro, you must be so cool because everybody cool has dropped out of something in life. But back then people were like, ये देखो गधा एग्जाम में फेल हो गया होगा, ड्रॉप आउट के नाम पे वापस अपना कुछ हमें चेप रहा है, बेच रहा है. Nobody dropped out of education. Certainly not when you went to the US on a 100% scholarship, doing what you wanted to do, top of the class. It's like, are you insane? And I come here and life is hitting me, punching me. My friends from school and college, great jobs, some of them were really fancy, they got cars, they got शुरू के फोन आने लगे थे जहां इनकमिंग के भी चार्ज होता था, but that's a different world, we'll not go there. Some of them were really excited, they had gotten married. Some of them were extremely excited, they had got kids. And I'm like, मैंने अपनी पढ़ाई भी नहीं खत्म करी अभी. I have no idea what to do. And all of my friends who were really well intentioned were like, bro, you're confused. So why don't you do what most confused people do? Go get an MBA. how many of you here want to do an MBA or thinking that they would want to do an MBA? कुछ लोग हैं. Oh. बाकी लोग हाथ नहीं उठा रहे क्योंकि अब जोक ऐसे मार दिया मैंने. ये दुनिया का एक सच है, कड़वा सच लगेगा बट सच है. एंड ट्रस्ट मी, अगले 3 साल में जितने हाथ अभी उठे हैं उसके कम से कम 10 गुना ज्यादा उठेंगे जब आपको एहसास होगा कि शायद MBA ही है जो आपकी लाइफ की कंफ्यूजन खत्म कर सकता है. बिकॉज a lot of people think that you go for an MBA knowing what you want to do in life. But the truth is people go for an MBA because they have no idea what to do in life. And they think कि वो 2 साल का प्रोग्राम उनको वो क्लैरिटी दे देगा. And I've seen so many of my friends go for that MBA. वो CAT, MAT, ZET, BAT, TAT, जो 1000 एग्जाम देने पड़ते हैं, which of course you have also gone through that journey but for a different stream. I didn't want to go through that. And as luck would have it, I come across this rather young school. It's 5 years old. It's an insanely expensive program. तो अगर दाखिला हो भी गया, बारिकू खानदान को एक बहुत बड़ा कर्ज लेना पड़ेगा. But it was a 1-year MBA, which was the first time it was happening in the country. And the best thing about the program, according to me, was if I did get through, my batchmates would be people who had real work experience before they went for the MBA. So for me to spend time with people who had actually done sales and marketing and IT and HR and finance and supply chain, that I felt was the best way for me to learn. So I applied to this school called the Indian School of Business, ISB, and God bless the person who thought that I was worth it, because that 1 year just fundamentally changed my life. It changed everything about my life. And I think the big reason was, while I went to ISB looking for a job and a career and a brand and a salary and a company and a position and a designation and all of that, I went to ISB looking for myself. Who am I? What am I good at? What am I not good at? What are the things that I should or should not be doing in life? And I needed answers to those questions. जो मुझे मिले, and that's what I will share with all of you. I also figured during ISB there is this really cool profession called consulting. And I got to know that it's the most coveted job out of a business school. सबसे ज़्यादा पैसे मिलते हैं, सबसे ज़्यादा औहदा है. It's the most in-demand role, as it would be perhaps for all of you to work at a FANG or something like that. So I started preparing for the consulting jobs, got through a really good consulting firm, and now suddenly at the age of 26, from the dropout, completely clueless person, I was on paper a success. I was earning a ridiculous amount of money. 2006, 12 lakhs a year, starting package. Very quickly in 3 years it became 33 lakhs. Insane, wild. And it was a complete joyride. I was learning every single day. I was working with super smart people. I was the only non-IITian in the entire consulting firm. So, yeah. तो आप लोग मुझे सिखा रहे थे कि मुझे क्या जानना चाहिए लाइफ में. And I was like, I can't complain. Not even one single day. It was incredible as an experience. A year and a half goes by. I'm still in the consulting job, and I one evening meet with a friend of mine from business school, same batch. And he's like, I've started this new website and I wanted to talk to you about it. I said, sure, what's it called? He said, it's called secondshadi.com. And I was like, क्या ये वही करती है जो मुझे लगता है ये करती है? He's like, yeah. It's a matrimonial website for remarriages. There's so many people who get married in India, so there are bound to be people who get divorced and widowed. This is a platform for them to get married again. And I was like, that is such an incredible idea, bro. कैसे सोचा तूने ये? He's like, नहीं, मेरे पापा ने सोचा ये. तो आप लोगों के लिए तो बहुत आसान है ताली बजाना. पर मैं तो नहीं बता सकता था ना कि अंकल और आंटी की तो शादी तो गई. I had to express my excitement in other ways. And I was like, that is such an incredible idea. Awesome. Good for uncle. Is there a way that I can help? And he's like, हाँ यार, इसीलिए I'm an engineer, I'm a coder, I will build this thing out. एक तो engineer coder को लगता है वो कुछ भी बना सकते हैं. Which is true to a large extent. He's like, मैं बना लूँगा, website वगैरह सब हो जाएगी. But I think you and I can make a great team. Do you want to do this together? And I was like, yeah, Vivek, his name is Vivek. यार सच बोलूं तो बहुत मजा आ रहा है कंसल्टिंग में. बहुत कुछ सीखने के लिए मिल रहा है, बहुत अच्छे लोगों के साथ काम करने के लिए मिल रहा है, बहुत अच्छा काम करने को मिल रहा है, पैसे जिंदगी में पहली बार कमा रहा हूं. आई डोंट थिंक इट विल बी वाइज फॉर मी टू गिव all of that away and join you. लेकिन I don't even know whether this thing is the right thing for me or not. So I don't want to say no to this. So if you're okay, and I really hope you're okay, जितना भी वक्त मुझे अपने डे जॉब से मिल पाएगा, I want to just help you and see where it goes. And he's like, हाँ यार, कोई लोड नहीं है, we'll take it as it comes, let's start. So for the next 1.5 years, I had a day job as a consultant, and during night time, I was Batman trying to get people married again. And it actually worked. Second Shaadi launched, it got a really fancy reception. Suddenly we were heralded as social crusaders trying to change the social fabric of this country. And we're like, अच्छा मतलब ये सब तो सोचा भी नहीं था हमने. And we were like, okay, let's just ride the wave. And it got to a size and scale where it now required my full-time attention. तो 3 साल की consulting नौकरी के बाद, I decided to quit consulting, take a 80% pay cut down to the bare minimum amount I needed to survive, and join secondshadi.com. And you can imagine how that conversation went with my parents. They're like, तुम्हारा सच में दिमाग खराब हो चुका है, तुम हर 4-5 साल खुद को छोड़ो हमें इतना दुख क्यों देते हो, तुम्हारी खुद की पहली शादी नहीं हुई है, तुम्हें कोई आइडिया नहीं है कि शादी क्या होती है, तुम अब इस कंसल्टिंग नौकरी का पैसा, शान, रुतबा सब कुछ छोड़ के लोगों की दूसरी शादियां करवाने जा रहे हो. How does this make sense? And I was like, माँ पापा मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है कि I'm leaving consulting on a high. I feel that people like my work. I really like my work. I think I'm good at this. तो अगर for whatever reason ये काम नहीं किया, I can always go back to consulting. पर मुझे नहीं पता कि ये मौका जिंदगी में फिर से मिलेगा कि नहीं मिलेगा. It wasn't as filmy as it sounds, but that was what was going in my head. And like, I want to do this. So I again didn't listen to my parents. And in 2009, when it was not cool to start up in this country, and the only people starting up was those who did not get a job out of college, I decided to start up. And it was a very, very different time from what you would imagine right now. Like, आप लोग तो उस समय पे अंगूठा ही चूस रहे थे, तो आपको कोई आइडिया ही नहीं है कि देश कैसा था. But it was a very different time. There was no Jio mobile, there was no smartphone. अभी 15 दिन हुए थे आईफोन लॉन्च किए हुए, किसी को पता ही नहीं, लोग बस ऐसे ऐसे ही किए जा रहे थे उस फोन पे. वही चमत्कार था कि यार जूम इन जूम आउट कर सकते हैं, पिंच वो भी उंगलियों से, वाह कोई स्टाइलस नहीं, कीपैड नहीं. And it was a very wild time to build startups, especially in the internet space in this country. And I'm so glad I got that opportunity. क्योंकि आज जो मैं देख रहा हूं और उस समय पे जो था, that entire transition in just 10 years has left me with perhaps the highest level of ambition and optimism for what's going to happen in the next 10, 20, 30 years. And you all are sitting on what is perhaps the opportunity of a lifetime to be in this moment, in this country, in this world as of 2025. We'll speak more about that very soon. That startup, of course, brought with it several other websites. We built one which became really big. It was called Gaadi.com. It still runs. It very quickly became one of India's largest car classified websites. And करीब 1.5 साल बाद, we got an opportunity to sell Gaadi.com to a large internet company. We made a little bit of happy money. 3 founders थे, and the 3 founders then went our separate ways, trying to figure what we wanted to do next. And I came across this young company called Groupon. And Groupon had just started in Chicago in 2008 in the US, and they were growing all across the world. They wanted people to start the country offices, India being one of them. So I got in touch with them. They liked me, I liked them. So in 2011, I started the Groupon India business for Groupon. Did that for 4 years. And 2015 तक वो 4-5 साल वाला कीड़ा वापस आना शुरू हो गया था. माँ पापा की जिंदगी भी बड़ी खुशी से चल रही थी, तो उनको भी 4-5 साल से कोई सदमा नहीं लगा था. Like, ऐसे कैसे? And in 2015, in that craziness that I've had usually in my life, I realized कि Groupon US and Europe में बहुत busy है, because those were the 2 largest markets for it. तो उसकी वजह से इंडिया को जितना attention मेरे हिसाब से मिलना चाहिए वो नहीं दे सकते थे. And that was very understandable, reasonable. पर मैं तो इस देश में हर रोज जी रहा था ना. I knew the opportunity we were sitting on, and I knew what we could do with it. So I went to Groupon Global, the headquarter, and I said कि आपसे नहीं हो पाएगा, and I understand क्यों नहीं हो पाएगा. मैं करने के लिए तैयार हूं. आप मुझे Groupon India का business बेच दो. And they're like, what? आज की लौंडे हमें बताएं कि हमें क्या करना चाहिए. मतलब you're 100% subsidiary of a publicly listed company listed in the US. How does this happen? It's never happened before, which is true. It's never happened before. And I was like, well, that's not the reason it can't happen. हर एक चीज की शुरुआत तो होती है, शायद इसी चीज की होगी. And it took about 9 months of convincing, but we were able to convince Groupon that that's the right thing for them to do. We partnered with Sequoia Capital, which is the world's best known venture capital firms, and we bought the Groupon India business from Groupon, made that into an independent entity, and that became Nearby.com. And that started in August 2015. Completely new brand name, completely new business model, completely new tech stack, completely new everything except for the people that were still in that business. Did that for 2 years, then in 2017, Paytm came along, they made an investment in Nearby, we became a Paytm company, and then in 2019, we became profitable for the first time, which was a huge moment, and I thought the moment where I will be like, मेरे जिंदगी के 10 और साल इसके लिए कुर्बान. I am so in it. And I felt exactly the opposite. I'm like, I'm so done with this. I had spent 8-9 wonderful years building Groupon and Nearby. I'd built a wonderful team. I'd built that kick-ass culture that I knew could withstand the hardest of conditions. And I just felt that my time was up. मेरे को अपनी जिंदगी में कुछ और देखना था. And 2020 was when I was turning 40. तो वो होता है ना कि नहीं अभी ना 5:50 हो रहे हैं, हम 6 बजे से पढ़ना शुरू करेंगे. तो वो राउंडिंग ऑफ मैंने अपनी जिंदगी में लगाया. 40 के हो रहे हैं, जिंदगी थोड़ी अलग से जिएंगे. So at the end of 2019, I stepped down as the CEO of Nearby, and I decided to take a 3 to 6 month break, figuring out what to do in life. And उन 3 से 6 महीनों में मार्च 2020 आ गया. एंड आप में से कुछ लोग यहां थे जब 2020 नहीं आप में से तो शायद कोई भी नहीं होगा जो इस कैंपस पे कोई भी नहीं था ना मार्च 2020 पे. कुछ पीएचडी स्टूडेंट्स होंगे अगर हैं, बट ठीक है. हाँ, आप थे. हाँ, तो आपको याद होगा. बट बाकी आप लोग जब अंगूठा चूस रहे थे तो हाँ ठीक है जेई की तैयारी कर रहे थे, जब आप कोटा में घिस रहे थे तब मार्च 2020 जस्ट कंप्लीटली डीरेल्ड एवरीथिंग. जो भी हमारी जिंदगी के प्लान थे, जो भी हमने सोचा था, जैसे हम जिएंगे, क्या करेंगे, क्या नहीं करेंगे, इट जस्ट एब्सोल्युटली वेंट आउट ऑफ द विंडो. हमें लगा 1-2 हफ्ते आएगा, थाली बजाएंगे, चला जाएगा. नहीं हुआ. नथिंग हैपेंड. 1-2 साल रह गया. And it really changed the way that we looked at life, and that included me as well. At the age of 40, I almost felt like the same Ankur at the age of 24. कि मुझे कोई आइडिया नहीं है कि जिंदगी में क्या करना है. And the big difference is I'm not 24, single and still very young. I'm 40 with a family, 2 kids, the parents' responsibility, and I have no idea what to do with my life. And some of you may be completely innocent to believe, and rightfully so, that अरे ठीक है बट नो ऐसे अमीर लोगों के अपने पैंतरे होते हैं कि अपनी जिंदगी में क्या करें क्योंकि इतने पैसे कमा लिए हैं तो पता ही नहीं क्या. बट आई डिडंट हैव एनी मनी आइदर. ऑल ऑफ माय सेविंग्स, everything that I had saved until that point had been put back into Nearby. I owned stock of Nearby, but that doesn't mean shit because it's just paper wealth. And I didn't have actual cash. I had 5 months of money in the bank to pay for the school fees, the home EMI, our survival cost, food, utilities, blah, blah, blah. 5 months of money in the bank. And we were staring at a complete deadlock of what to do in life. So today, when you so wonderfully give me your love, your appreciation, you invite me to your lovely campus and spend time with me, it's very easy for you to perhaps assume कि ये सब कुछ तो पिछले 4-5 साल में ही हुआ है. कि वो इंस्टाग्रामर यूट्यूबर बन गए, उन्होंने कुछ ऐसा कर लिया, वो डू एपिक शिट का स्वेट शर्ट लेके घूम रहे हैं, एक बहुत ही कूल है, सब कुछ अच्छा है, किताबें लिख चुके हैं. But I can tell you with conviction, and this you will have to believe because all of you are extremely young to not have experienced it at your own end, that nothing good in life happens overnight. Nothing good in life happens overnight. And I can tell you with confidence that the reason I'm standing here is not because in the last 4-5 years something has worked. I struggle to answer that question. कि कुछ तो पता करना पड़ेगा कि ये हुआ कैसे. Why am I here? How the F am I here? And here is the answer that I came to, which is what I want to share, because that, in my view, sets the mindset of who becomes an entrepreneur. 2004 एग्जैक्टली 20 साल पहले जब मैं यूएस से वापस इस देश आया, एवरीबडी टोल्ड मी जस्ट वन थिंग कि जिंदगी में जीतने के लिए अंकुर एक प्लान होना बहुत जरूरी है. टू विन एट लाइफ यू हैव टू हैव अ प्लान. I couldn't disagree. I actually agree. Yes, because that's what I'd heard. You need a plan. The problem was, I had a plan for my life. I actually had a kick-ass plan for my life. I had a plan where I knew I would go to the US, I would join NASA, I would go on Mars. I had a plan that I was doing well on, a plan that was well within my reach, a plan where I was absolutely killing it, top of my class, 100% scholarship, blah, blah, blah. लेकिन उस प्लान को मैंने खुद के हाथों से कुचल दिया. I killed my own plan with my own hands. So on what basis do I come up with another plan? मैं किस बुनियाद पे एक और प्लान अपनी जिंदगी के लिए बनाऊं? I have no idea who I am. I have no idea what I can do in life. I have no idea what I should do in life. So I was forced to ask a very different question. क्या जिंदगी बिना प्लान के जी जा सकती है या नहीं? Is it possible to live life without a plan? And most of you perhaps will say, no, get out of here. But I am a living example of somebody who's not had a plan, a goal, or a target for his life for the last 20 years. The reason I'm here is not because I chose to be here. The reason I'm here is because life worked out for me because of no plan whatsoever. But that doesn't mean that you drift. It doesn't mean कि आप Instagram पे scroll किए जा रहे हैं और क्योंकि अंकुर वारिकू ने बोला था तो बिना प्लान की भी जिंदगी चल जाएगी. You have to have a way of thinking about your life. How do you approach everything in life? And it has three components which will form the thing I want to share with all of you as a lesson that you can hopefully learn from. Number one, go back to the day you joined this place. Go back to your orientation, IIT, BHU. You're surrounded by people like this, maybe a hall 5 times bigger. I don't even know where it happens, wherever it does, your department, or maybe the entire college. And you saw this entire crowd. And this crowd is diverse. There are people who look differently from you, speak differently from you, dress differently from you, have very different experiences from you, come from very different backgrounds than you, have a very different approach towards life than you. And within the first few hours, you began to look for people who are like you. आप अपने जैसे लोगों को ढूंढना शुरू कर देते हैं. मेरे शहर से कौन है, मेरे स्कूल से कौन है, मेरे कोचिंग सेंटर से कौन है, मेरे डिपार्टमेंट से कौन है, हॉस्टल रूम से कौन है, मेरे साथ ट्रेन में बस में कौन आया था, मेरे जैसा कौन बोलता है, दिखता है, खाती है, पहनती है. It's insane how we form these tribes where we feel we belong. And that's the thing I saw at ISB as well. I reached ISB, within the first week, people have formed these groups. Engineers with engineers, mechanical, chemical, IIT, JEE Saw with JEE Saw, JEE 3000 with JEE 3000 Pass, Delhi with Delhi, Sarojini Nagar with Sarojini Nagar, Bombay with Bombay, South Bombay with South Bombay, doctor with doctor, lawyers with lawyers, dancers with dancers, guitarists with guitarists. हर एक इंसान ने अपना झुंड बनाया हुआ है. और उस समय पे WhatsApp, Facebook ग्रुप ये कुछ नहीं था. These were physical groups of people like, bro, yes. Jagjit Singh, yeah, Jagjit Singh. Yeah, fuck Iron Maiden. Jagjit Singh rocks. It's just insane. And I was like, यार किसी ने मेहनत करके एक कैंपस में 330 लोगों को, and in your case एक कैंपस पे 4 से 7 हजार लोग, I'm told, अगले 4 साल के लिए रखे हैं. And you're going to spend time with the 5 people who are like you? How ridiculous is that? But that is what we do. हमें एहसास नहीं होता है that we operate in real life the way we operate with social media. When you open up social media, whether it's Instagram, whether it's LinkedIn, Twitter, Snap, whatever else you fancy. You don't see shit that challenges your point of view. No. You actually see content that endorses your point of view. It says, हाँ, जिस चीज में तुम्हें यकीन है वो सच है, ये देखो वीडियो, और वो सब लोग झूठ बोल रहे हैं, ये देखो उनका वीडियो, चलो हाई फाई. एंड यू लाइक, मैं तो बोल ही रहा था, मैं तो बोल ही रहा हूं कि चांद पे आज तक कोई भी नहीं गया, सब ढोंग है. It is insane how much we're willing to believe what we think is true because we are in a circle which says the same things. And the first thing you need to do to actually grow in life is to spend time with people who are nothing like you. Nothing like you. I don't think you realize what I'm saying. Go back to your first day and you scanned this room and you looked at people. And there were 2 or 3 people you looked at and you were like, नहीं, इनके साथ हैंग आउट नहीं हो पाएगा. इनका कैसे हो गया? You are so judgmental that you are convinced you can't learn anything from them. And उन्हीं लोगों के साथ आप कुछ दुनिया के बारे में नया सीखेंगे. तो जो फर्स्ट ईयर स्टूडेंट्स हैं, जो कि भारी मात्रा में आज इधर बिना मर्जी के आए हैं, आपके पास 3 साल है. 4000 करीब स्टूडेंट हैं. अगर अपना बैच भी ले लेंगे तो करीब मोटा मोटा 1 से 1,500. अगर आप अगले 3 साल हर रोज एक नए इंसान के साथ लंच कर लेंगे, तब भी पूरे बैच को कवर नहीं कर पाएंगे. बट दैट शुड बी योर गोल फ्रॉम टुमारो. स्पेंड टाइम विद पीपल हु आर नथिंग लाइक यू, बिकॉज दैट इज व्हेन यू गेट टू नो अबाउट द वर्ल्ड इन अ वे दैट यू डू नॉट नो. आप वैसे ही फंसे हुए हैं क्योंकि आप सब लोग ना इंजीनियर हैं या बनने वाले हैं, होपफुली. आप सब लोगों की ट्रेनिंग 0 और 1 के अनुसार हो रही है. जिंदगी में हर एक चीज 0 या 1 होती है, बिट होती है, बाइट होती है, ब्लैक होता है, व्हाइट होता है. मशीन या तो चल रही है या नहीं चल रही है, ठीक ही है, नहीं होता है. देयर इज नो सेंटर लाइन. So your entire training and the way that you look at the world is that of I have to conclude, because that's what I have been trained to do. Conclude. There's a hypothesis that I prove and now I have to prove whether that is true or false. There can't be ambiguity around it. The design of the experiment has to conclude. But there's an entire world around which is not trained on the same thing. They are trained that the world is not 0 and 1. It's actually a shade of gray. It's a continuum. Depending on the context, it may be black, it may be white. Depending on the context, it may be right, it may be wrong. And can you imagine how different that point of view is from what your way of thinking is, and you are taught every single day? That is what you have to learn. So ये तो already एक बहुत homogeneous mix है. एंड इसमें भी आपको छांट छांट के वो लोग ढूंढने होंगे जो आप जैसे बिल्कुल नहीं है. लेकिन जब आप दुनिया में जाएंगे ना, या BHU के इकोनॉमिक्स डिपार्टमेंट में जाएंगे, या मास कम्युनिकेशन डिपार्टमेंट में जाएंगे, या हिस्ट्री डिपार्टमेंट में जाएंगे, आपको ऐसे लोग मिलेंगे जो आपको लगेगा सर पे सींग के जैसे हैं. चल क्या रहा है, ये लोग सोचते कैसे हैं, हाउ आर दे थिंकिंग अबाउट दिस. बट दैट्स प्रिसाइसली व्हाट यू नीड टू डेवलप योर माइंड. नंबर 2, आप लोग काफी हद तक जिंदगी में ऑलरेडी फंस चुके हैं. सर ये मैं इधर लगा रहा हूं क्योंकि मैं जैकेट उतार रहा हूं, गर्मी हो. सिर्फ जैकेट ही उतार रहा हूं. और मुझे कोई आइडिया नहीं है कि लड़के क्यों ताली बजा रहे हैं. मतलब उसका समझ में आता है, बट हिंदी ऑन इट. ही इज योर मैन. ओके मुझे कोई आइडिया नहीं है कि अभी भी रिकॉर्ड कर रहा है कि नहीं, आपको भी शायद नहीं है, लेकिन अच्छा है। वंडरफुल, लव योर ऑप्टिमिज्म सर। नंबर 2, आप लोग ना फंस चुके हैं लेकिन आपको पता नहीं है। ये एक बहुत ही अच्छा सा फैलाया हुआ जाल है। इस जाल का नाम है आईआईटी, और ये जाल ऐसे काम करता है। आपको, क्योंकि आपने बहुत मेहनत करी है, जेईई क्लियर किया है, मां पापा के अरमान को पूरा किया है, खुद के अरमानों को पूरा किया है, ये यकीन हो चुका है कि यू नाउ डिजर्व टू बी वेयर यू आर। आपने फाइट मारकर एक ऐसे पॉइंट पे अपने आप को लाया है वेयर नाउ द थिंग्स शुड हैपन टू यू। यू शुड गेट अ गुड जॉब, यू शुड गेट good offers, you should get great opportunities and so on. And I'm reminded of this company where I realize this the most, because record हो रहा है तो कंपनी का नाम नहीं लूंगा, जी से शुरू होती है पर वो ग्रो नहीं है, सच में नहीं है। उस कंपनी का प्रोडक्ट हम हर रोज यूज करते हैं एंड उस कंपनी में बहुत सारी अच्छी अच्छी चीजें हैं। इट्स ऑफन नेम्ड द बेस्ट कंपनी टू वर्क फॉर एंड सो ऑन, बट द बेस्ट थिंग अबाउट दिस कंपनी इज द फैंसी ऑफिसेज ऑफ दिस कंपनी। एंड विद इन, आप पता चल गया जैसे पहले नहीं पता था। जिसको अभी तक नहीं पता चला है वो इस इंस्टीट्यूट से इस्तीफा दे सकता है। उस ऑफिस में एक बहुत ही धमाकेदार चीज होती है एंड दैट्स द लंच विद इन द ऑफिस। तो आप लोगों ने शायद वो अनुभव नहीं किया होगा, बट लेट मी जस्ट एक्सप्लेन हाउ द लंच एट द जी ऑफिसेज आर। So imagine a cafeteria like this multiplied by 5 times, that's the size of the cafeteria, and around the perimeter of the cafeteria are these stalls. तो North Indian food counter, फिर South Indian food counter, फिर Italian food counter, फिर Mediterranean food counter, फिर juice food counter, फिर healthy food counter, vegan food counter, shegan, megan, tegan, सब है। Politicians wedding into 3, and it's free. किसी भी जी में काम करने वाले एम्प्लॉई को कोई पैसा नहीं देना पड़ता है वो खाना खाने के लिए। तो एक दिन मैं एक दोस्त से मिल रहा हूं जो कि गुड़गांव के जी ऑफिस में काम करता है, एंड आई एम स्टैंडिंग इन लाइन, आई एम हैविंग लंच विद हिम, सो आई एम स्टैंडिंग इन लाइन विद व्हाट इज द इंडियन फूड काउंटर, एंड मेरे सामने एक जी में काम करने वाला इंसान है। मैं उसको जिगलर बुलाने वाला था लेकिन दैट डिडंट साउंड राइट। तो सामने है और मैं उसको बचा सकता हूं कि उसने वो पट्टा पहना हुआ है। तो he steps outside of the line to check what the menu of the day is. He reads the menu and he goes, exact words, not mine, fuck man, आज फिर से दाल मखनी है। और जब मैंने ये सुना मैंने सोचा कि इस इंसान ने अपनी जिंदगी में ऐसा क्या उखाड़ लिया है कि इस बात से रो रहा है कि उसी जिंदगी में 2 कंसेक्यूटिव दिन दाल मखनी खाने को मिल रही है। कुछ तो फट गया। दिस वॉज नॉट हाउ इट वॉज मेंट टू बी। सो आई केम अप विद दिस बुलशिट थ्योरी विच आई थिंक इज ट्रू, कि लैरी और सर्गे, जिनके पूरे नाम हम नहीं बोलेंगे क्योंकि फिर पता चल जाएगा कंपनी कौन है, ये कंपनी के फाउंडर है। तो लैरी एंड सर्गे ने बोला कि हम दुनिया का ना सबसे बड़ा माइंड फक एक्सपेरिमेंट स्टार्ट करते हैं। हियर इज हाउ इट विल वर्क। ये रिकॉर्ड हो रहा है बट कोई बात नहीं। वी विल गेट वन ऑफ द स्मार्टेस्ट engineers in a room, we'll call it a company at some point of time, and we'll give them the most complex technical problems to work on, which they will enjoy. But we'll also give them shit they didn't expect. We'll give them a fancy office, we'll give them free food, we'll tell them जो पहनना है पहन लो, जब आना है आओ, जब जाना है जाओ, कुत्ते लाने हैं कुत्ते ले आओ, साइकिल पे आना है साइकिल ले आओ, तोते लाने हम पंखे उड़ा देंगे, पैसे कमाने हैं तो इंतहा पैसे मिलेंगे, ट्रैवल करना है वो भी मिलेगा, तुम्हारी जिंदगी में तुम्हें कोई लोड ही नहीं लेना पड़ेगा। एंड ओवर टाइम their prediction was that people will get addicted. वो ना आईने के सामने खड़े होंगे, अपनी पीठ थपथपाएंगे एंड बोलेंगे, I deserve this. I deserve this. मैंने जिंदगी में फाइट मारी है, मैंने जेई क्लियर किया, यूएस आया, इतनी फाइट मारी, अपने परिवार से कितना दूर हूं, जद्दोजहद है, H1B में हूं, पता नहीं कब ग्रीन कार्ड मिलेगा, 1000 चीजें हो रही हैं, ट्रंप भी आ गया है, बट I deserve this. But Larry and Sergey were also statisticians. So they're like, यार क्या प्रोबेबिलिटी है कि हर एक इंसान ऐसा सोचेगा? नॉन जीरो है, तो लेट्स पिक अ नंबर, however small, let's say 1%. वो 1% जनता ना रोज सुबह उठेगी, आईने के सामने खड़े होगी और पीठ थपथपाने की बजाय अपने आप को छूटेगी या चूटी मारेगी और बोलेगी, क्या मैं वाकई में ये जिंदगी जी रहा हूं? क्या मैं वाकई में इस कंपनी में हूं जो मेरे लिए ये सब कुछ करते हैं? क्योंकि मुझे नहीं लगता कि मैंने इस कंपनी के लिए इतना किया है जितना ये कंपनी मेरे लिए करती है. मुझे नहीं लगता कि आई डिजर्व टू बी हियर. मुझे नहीं लगता कि मैंने ये सब कुछ अभी कमाया है. मुझे नहीं लगता कि ये सारी चीजें जो मेरे लिए हो रही हैं वो होनी चाहिए. I have to work my ass off to come to a point where I think I deserve what I get. And that 1% moves the company forward. Everyone else is filling in a seat. Everyone else is just filling in a seat. And the reality is that one day someone, or in today's world something, will come and will do their work cheaper, faster, better, and they'll be gone. लेकिन उस 1% जनता को कोई छू नहीं सकता, because they are not entitled. And the trap that most people fall into is that they get entitled. Here is a quick test. You don't have to answer this for me, but answer this for yourself. कि पिछले 24 घंटे में how many times have you found yourself complaining about things? Anything at all. Random shit in life. And you'll be shocked at how many things we end up complaining about every single day. Random things in life. कि भीड़ इतनी हो रही है, Zomato, Swiggy पे कोई ऑफर नहीं चल रहे हैं, Netflix पे कोई अच्छी सीरीज नहीं आई है, प्रोफेसर इतने बोरिंग है, कैंपस प्लेसमेंट अच्छी नहीं हो रही है, 10 करोड़ से नीचे कोई जॉब ही नहीं है, जहां ESOP 1500 करोड़ से ज्यादा कोई दे नहीं रहा है, जहां कोई कंपनी नहीं आ रही है, बनारस में इतनी भीड़ क्यों हो रही है, कोई इसी साल क्यों हो रहा था. It is insane how many things we subconsciously are constantly complaining about. And here is what happens when you complain. When you complain, you're essentially saying, मुझे जो करना था ना वो मैंने कर दिया, अब कोई और अगर अपना काम कर लेगा तो मेरी जिंदगी बेहतर बन जाएगी. और वो कौन होगा? वो आपका दोस्त हो सकता है, आपके माँ बाप हो सकते हैं, आपके प्रोफेसर हो सकते हैं, आपके मैनेजर्स हो सकते हैं, सरकार हो सकती है, दुनिया हो सकती है. But somebody else has to do their job because you have done what you had to do. So you stop growing because you are entitled. And that is never what an entrepreneur feels any day. No entrepreneur worth their salt and success will ever stand in front of the mirror and be like, bro, I have fucking arrived. Nobody. They are constantly pinching themselves. Am I really getting to do this? I don't think I have earned enough to get to this point. And they move the engine forward. Everyone else just has the employee mindset. मैंने कर दिया, अब जब तक प्लेसमेंट कमेटी अपना काम नहीं करेगी, मेरी नौकरी नहीं लगेगी. Which brings me to the third and final point. And I think I've spoken for far longer than I should have, but it's okay. हर एक चीज इस दुनिया में सिर्फ एक चीज के लिए बनी है, your comfort. Everything in the world is designed for your comfort today. Think about it. You need a book, click. You need clothes, click. You need a cab, click. You need the latest movies, click. Grocery, click. Love, swipe right. Whatever you need. Speed of thought delivered to you at your doorstep. So it tricks you into believing that जिंदगी का एक ही मकसद है, to make life comfortable. When the truth is, Oh, ये तो यही है. Sorry. Well, the truth is, when you look at people who you are inspired by, or you look at people that you would want to be, or you look at people that you're like, oh my God, I want to act like them, become them, be as successful as them, they are on a daily basis, picking up the path of maximum discomfort. वो comfortable path नहीं choose कर रहे हैं. They're actually like a maniac saying, what is the hardest thing that I can do? Because I know that if I win at this, it will change my orbit forever. And they're willing to make themselves uncomfortable. Here's a question. How many of you here, कोई झूठ नहीं बोलेगा, मुझसे बोल सकते हैं, खुद से मत बोलिएगा. How many of you here are scared of public speaking? How many of you here are scared of public speaking? बाकी सब लोग झूठ बोल रहे हैं, but that's fine. 70% जनता है करीब. Here's the truth. And I don't know if anybody has told you this, but this is a reality, and take it from somebody who's 44 years of age and has been through what you've been through. Nothing that you do in college, can fuck up your life. As long as it's not illegal. Nothing that you do in college can fuck up your life. You can fail in college, you'll still have a wonderful life. You can get a disaster of a first job, you'll still have a great life. You may not make any friends or not find the love of your life, you'll still have a great life. This is the only place, my friend, where you can actually make a mistake and get away with it. क्योंकि आपकी जिंदगी में कुछ नहीं बदलने वाला. लेकिन ये डर होता है ना, ये बहुत 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 गंदी चीज है. क्योंकि वो हर एक इंसान जिसने अपना हाथ पे खड़ा किया था, वो था मेरे को पब्लिक स्पीकिंग से डर लगता है. वो डर इसलिए नहीं लगता क्योंकि आप कर नहीं सकते. आप सब में वो क्षमता है. You're all immensely capable. You can do anything that you set your mind to. The only reason why you're shit scared of public speaking is because you're scared of making a mistake here and people judging you. You're scared that you will come here, your legs will be trembling, your hands will be shivering, your heartbeat will be, you will be sweating. And उस मोमेंट में जब आप कोई गलती करेंगे ना, तो आपके सारे बैचमेट्स आपको जज कर रहे होंगे कि बोला था मत कर, बोला था. And in that moment, you will feel like a loser. But here's the truth. When you're standing here with your legs trembling, your hands shivering, your heartbeat racing, you sweating, and you make that mistake and everybody is laughing at you, there is only one winner in the room, and that is you. Everybody else is a loser. आप इन लोगों से डर, जिनकी खुद की जिंदगी इतनी झंड है कि उनको आइडिया नहीं है कि वो क्या करने वाले हैं. वो आप पे हंसेंगे और आप उस चीज से डर रहे हैं. आप अपने से डरिए कि अगर आप वही इंसान रह गए जो कि पहले दिन इस कैंपस में अंदर घुसा था और 4 साल या 5 साल के बाद बाहर निकल रहा है, तो ये कॉलेज आपके लिए बर्बाद हो गया है. If you are exactly the same person that you were when you entered the gates of this campus, this college has been an absolute waste. Absolute waste. Don't get comfortable. Don't get comfortable. The next 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 4 months, whatever time you have, make a list of everything that fucking scares you. Everything. Public speaking, approaching strangers, sending a cold email, getting up early, being consistent with the routine, working out, eating right, whatever it is, and challenge yourself to not get comfortable. Because once you're out, ये दुनिया इतनी दरिंदी है that you have no idea. They are not going to spare you for the mistakes you make. You cannot go to a college and be like, oh, this thing will ruin my life, but if you make that same mistake in a company, it could. if you do not know how to communicate, if you do not know how to be confident, if you do not know how to articulate, if you do not know how to critically think, if you do not know how to be in control of your time, if you do not know how to be in control of your money, you are fucked in the real world. Because nobody wants you to win. And the ones who want you to win are not in control. Only you are. Don't get comfortable. So when you combine these three things, spending time with people who are nothing like you, ताकि आपको एक ऐसी दुनिया के बारे में पता चले that you are not aware of, doing it in a manner that you never feel entitled, that you never find yourself complaining, and never getting intellectually comfortable, you have what I call a great mix to live life without a plan. क्योंकि जिंदगी ना आपके लिए opportunities ऐसे बनाती रहेगी, and you will not even realize it. It will just come back to back to back to back, and you will be like, oh my God, what is happening? And if you don't believe me, again as I said, look at me. अगर 2004 20 साल पहले मैं जब वापस इस देश आया और मेरे सामने एक रैंडम सा इंसान आता और बोलता कि अंकुर मैं फ्यूचर से हूं, टाइम ट्रैवल इन्वेंट हो चुका है. As a physics student or an ex-physics student, I know you will be very happy to know that. But do you want to know what's happening to you in 2025? I'm like, chal bro, bata. And he's like, well, you will have about 15 million people follow you on something called social media, जिसका अभी तक इजाद हुआ नहीं है, but once it comes, it will change the world. You will have written 4 best-selling books. You will be the best-selling author in the country for 4 consecutive years. You will be invited by. Hold on. अभी तो जोक बहुत अच्छा है. You will be invited by the top institutions across the world to address their students and tell them how to think about life. You will be paid fuckloads of money by top companies across the world to address their employees and be flown business class wherever they are. You will work for less than 20 hours a week, make more money than you know how to spend, travel for more than 120 days a year with your family, and have a kick-ass sleep while being in the fittest possible shape that you've ever been in. And if I would hear all of that in 2004 as a prediction for what I would be in 2025, my only response to that person would be, जो भी फूक रहा है बंद कर दे. Because there was no way that I could have planned to be here. There was no goal, no target, no ambition that I could have said मैं यहाँ 2025 में इस मकाम पे पहुंचूंगा. The only reason why I'm here is not because I'm the smartest person you'll know or the most hardworking person you'll know. I am here because I think like an entrepreneur. Forget the fact that I have a startup or not. Forget the fact that to become an entrepreneur you need to start up. No! To become an entrepreneur you need to think like one. Satya Nadella is an entrepreneur. He didn't start that company. He doesn't own a large part of that company. But I would argue that somebody like him is one of the finest entrepreneurs that this world has. Because he thinks like one. And you can be an entrepreneur as well. And my advice to you is don't think of eSummit as just a way to start up. Think of eSummit as a way to build a mindset that can set you up. Because if you do that, nobody can stop you from living life on your terms the way that you would want. And that will be my hope and pray for all of you. Thank you. ओके, अब प्रांजलि के अनुसार हमारे पास आधे घंटे का टाइम है. जिसको भी जहां भी जिंदगी में होना है प्लीज आराम से आप जा सकते हैं, कोई रोक टोक नहीं है. मैं वो वाला प्रोफेसर नहीं हूं. तो आपको अगर जाना है कोई दरवाजे बंद नहीं होने चाहिए, आप मेरे को बोलते हुए भी जा सकते हैं आराम से, कोई लोड नहीं होगा. एंड एज आई सेड मैं पूरी रात यही हूं, तो प्लान मुझे बताया गया था कि कुछ तो है, डिनर विनर करना है, लेकिन जब तक आप लोग हैं तब तक मैं भी रहने के लिए तैयार हूं. सो सवालों का सिलसिला शुरू करते हैं. ऑल दोज हु हैव अ क्वेश्चन. एंड कोई माइक है जो आसपास घूमेगा? हाँ, आऊंगा. बट बाकी लोग कैसे सुनेंगे आपकी सवालों को? नहीं, आप तो बुलंद हैं लेकिन बाकी लोगों के कान. चलिए बताइए, पहले नाम बताइए, ईयर बताइए और फिर करिए.
My name is Spandan.
स्पंदन. ओके.
I am 26 years old.
26. Okay, and what year are you in? What are you doing?
So I'm doing my MTech.
Okay, you're doing MTech. Oh, lovely, perfect.
So actually my question to you is regarding time management.
Hanji.
Yes sir, so actually I have done my graduation in 2021 and since then I have been working in a consulting firm actually. So we know that our fingers in the hands are not same and same things happen to our corporate days as well. You know very well. But the thing is that I cannot do time management because I have a to-do list each and every day in my life. Like I want to work out, I want to do music composing, I want to do video editing. But वही होता है कि जब फिर 11 बजे लॉग इन करने होता है फिर दिमाग में आता है कि shit, I have missed everything. So then again I had to log out at 10 p.m. So I was like, what to do? Right now I'm pursuing my master's degree. So I am totally I don't know what to do.
Okay.
Like I have a lot of things in my mind, but I cannot do anything. I am getting stressed day by day, but I don't know like how to do the time management thing.
Perfect, perfect, perfect.
Thank you.
No, that's a very, very valid question. I have a course on this that I would want you to buy. मैं आपको ट्रेलर दे देता हूँ फिर आप ले लीजिएगा. No, I'm kidding, Spandan. I'll tell you what the biggest lesson around time management is that helped me a lot. हर इंसान इस रूम में टाइम मैनेजमेंट कहीं ना कहीं लेके स्ट्रगल करता है कि वो टू डू लिस्ट बनाते हैं, हमें ये भी करना है, ये भी करना है, ये भी करना है, ये भी करना है और 1000 चीजें होती हैं करने के लिए, बट वी नेवर एबल टू गेट टू दैट पॉइंट. द प्रॉब्लम इज हम एक दिन पे ना बहुत ज्यादा प्रेशर डाल देते हैं. Because we're all very smart, we're all very intelligent, we all feel that we can conquer the world, we're like, in a day, I will try and do everything that I'm supposed to do. तो मैं workout भी डालूंगा, meditation भी, reading भी, music भी, date भी, पढ़ाई भी, फिर assignments भी, फिर random जो भी कुछ चल रहा है. But that, in my opinion, does not work. Don't try to win the day, try to win the week. What I mean by that is, अपने हफ्ते को देखिए as a unit of time. Don't look at your day as a unit of time. And ask yourself कि मैं इस एक हफ्ते में क्या क्या accomplish करना चाहता हूं. And it's possible that in a week you would want to work out, you would want to read, you would want to hang out with your friends, maybe watch a movie or two, of course study, blah blah blah. And that means, just like you said, कि पांचों उंगलियां बराबर नहीं होती हैं, सातों दिन भी बराबर नहीं होंगे. So there will be some days where you're intensely just working on your academics. There are days where you will have 4 hours to yourself doing the things that you want to do. There will be days where you will balance the two of them. And you will have to find that mix within that week. जब हम unit of time को stretch कर देते हैं स्पंदन, we get a lot more flexibility and a lot more control. So it's possible, for example, if you were working, you will like Monday to Friday ना, scope ही नहीं है कुछ और करने का. तो I will just work, maybe just hang out with my family a bit, and maybe just have some me time in terms of whatever, scrolling or Netflixing, blah, blah, blah. And then when Saturday, Sunday comes, when I don't have to work as much, I will then work out. So I'll only work out for 2 days a week. But at least I'm working as against stressing कि और मैं workout ही नहीं कर रहा हूँ, workout नहीं कर रहा हूँ, यहाँ तोड़ निकले जा रही है. नहीं. So 2 days I will work out. Maybe I'll play a sport. Maybe I'll watch a movie with my friends. And maybe I'll not work as much as I do from Monday to Friday. And that unit of time, which is a week, will become my time management gun or weapon to win over that time. That should be how you consider doing it. Try it out. I'm telling you, it's going to change a lot.
Thank you.
Welcome.
One more thing.
Yes. Okay. Here's what we're going to do because I love doing this. So we will have a boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl. तो ऐसे करेंगे हम so that everyone gets an opportunity. So I now need a girl to ask me a question. Yes, I see a hand there. Mike कहाँ से पहुंचेगा? जाइए वो वहाँ.
Hello sir.
Hello.
I'm Bhakti Naik, second year student in electrical.
I didn't get your name.
Bhakti.
Bhakti. Yes, Bhakti. बताइए.
So my question was that what should a person do when she is not able to decide whether to follow the passion or stick to the fact and be satisfied with the fact that they can by following a designated path get a settled life.
Okay, great question and a very honest one at that. Let me expand the question, Bhakti. The question is, maybe you're doing something right now. It could be your stream. आप electrical कर रहे हैं, mechanical कर रहे हैं, computer science कर रहे हैं, जो भी कर रहे हैं. But you're not really sure whether that is your calling or not. And maybe you're passionate about something else. Could be digital marketing, could be a completely new stream, could be, say, content creation, could be journalism, writing, whatever. The practical way of doing this bhakti is the following, which is not what I did, so I'm a hypocrite when I'm giving you the answer, but I tell you that that's the practical way of doing it. The practical way is follow what you're doing right now and get to what I call financial stability. Not financial independence, stability. What do I mean by financial stability? कि आप इतना कमा रहे हैं कि आप एक अच्छे से comfortable life जी पा रहे हैं. It's not कि मेरे पास बंगला, गाड़ी, मर्सिडीज, वो कोठियां, कमिलियाज, ढालियाज, ब्ला ब्ला ब्ला, वो सब आ चुका है. It is more about I have a safe place to stay, I have a lifestyle that I like, and I have enough and more savings that are reasonable at the age that I have. Your goal is not to become the best in that field, not yet, because you maybe know it's not your calling. And what you do is, after this financial stability, whatever time is left, your nights, your weekends, your holidays, just like Spandan would win the week, you will all start winning the week towards exploration, which is, let's pick a new field, say digital marketing. बड़ा interesting लग रहा है, मुझे नहीं पता कि क्या होता है. So I'll start online courses, I'll join forums on Reddit, Facebook, Twitter, I will pick up some internships, I'll do some projects, I'll speak to some people, and at the end of the month I'll ask myself, मजा आया या नहीं आया? अगर नहीं आया, drop it, move to the next field. अगर आया, take it forward. What you have is the financial stability that doesn't create any stress. कि oh shit, मैंने अपनी स्ट्रीम भी छोड़ दी, अब मैं पता नहीं कौन सी दिशा में चली गई हूँ, नौकरी भी नहीं है, पैसे भी नहीं है, इस चीज को बनाना भी है, I don't even have the experience, blah 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 blah. It's a massive mess. I don't want you to be in that. So the practical way is give yourself 1 to 2 years to figure out what is it that you could do as your passion, or if you already know your passion, give it 1 to 2 years to hone that passion so that it becomes an income stream as well. And once you have that passion income, replace your day income, quit your day job. Don't look back at it ever again. But give it time. It's okay to not want to do it overnight, and give it 1 to 2 years, because that's the kind of time it will take. Okay? Alright, a boy. Let's go somewhere in the back. Yes, you go. Yes. We'll leave the mic. Just pass it on. There's so many people. They'll help you. आपको जाने की जरूरत नहीं है. आपको अभी तक पुली बनाना चाहिए था, एक मतलब इंजीनियरिंग में इतना. Never mind. अरे इतनी जोर से हेलो बोला कि माइक ही बंद हो गया.
Hello.
हाँ जी.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Myself Krishnan Chaudhary. I am in 3rd year mechanical engineering.
Okay.
And as an engineer, I am truly saying that I really love doing what I am doing.
Okay.
The
Awesome.
thing is, being an engineer, I have a lot of
Sorry, lot of?
ideas in my mind.
Okay. I love the fact that you said being an engineer, I have a lot of ideas. जैसे बाकी लोगों के पास आइडिया होंगे ही नहीं क्योंकि वो इंजीनियर नहीं है. Being an engineer मेरे को बहुत आइडिया है, लेकिन आप नहीं है तो आप लग रहा है आपके पास आइडिया नहीं होंगे. हाँ, sorry.
What I'm saying is that typical.
Oh, the mic's working. Yeah.
what I am saying is the typical trope of being an inventor or things like that.
Sure.
So, but the thing I struggle with most is procrastination, because I have 10 things that I want to do, but by the end of the day, I'm doing nothing. So how to beat procrastination?
Awesome. So, the simple reason why we procrastinate is because we think we still have time. That's the simple reason. It's not because you don't feel passionate about it, or you don't know what to do about it, or you're just scared, or you're lazy. It is simply because you know you don't have time. So let me ask you a question. कि अगर भगवान ना करे आपका घर आग में फंस गया हो, तो आपको पता है कि आपको उस घर को बचाना है क्योंकि उसके अंदर कुछ जरूरी सामान है, लोग सब बाहर निकल चुके हैं. Will you procrastinate? No, right? You will immediately go. Do you know that it is scary, risky? Yes. Will you still go? Yes, you will. Will you be like, yeah, मैंने पहले तो ये कभी किया नहीं है, I have no knowledge, I have no experience. Will you still go?
Yes.
You will go. The only reason why you will do that is because you know you don't have any option. The only option in front of you is to actually do it. The problem right now is that you have options. तो जो 10 ख्याल आपने अपने दिमाग में डाले हुए हैं ना, you're like, अरे मेरे पास तो ऑप्शन है, and because I'm an engineer, मैं तो 11वां भी निकाल सकता हूं, और 12वां भी, और 13वां भी, and I have to commit to anything, and I can always feel so cool about myself with the ideas that are coming through, but never have the ability to actually implement something on the ground. So what will make you a true engineer, not of course remarking on what you said, but what will make you a true engineer is if you actually pursued an idea to its end. And the end doesn't need to be success. The end is simply a conclusion. And the conclusion could be, nahi kaam kar raha. The conclusion could be, idea bekar hai. The conclusion could be, main ghada tha. Anything, but it is a conclusion. Until you don't get to that point, you're not an engineer. You're just a dreamer. And anybody in this world can dream. They don't have to be at IIT BHU. You have to challenge yourself to get to that point कि मेरे पास option ही नहीं है. This is what I have to get to a conclusion to. And if I don't do that, I'm not going to pick up anything as a new idea because it doesn't serve me well. And trust me, if you get that training right now, you're in 3rd year, so you have only 2.5 semesters more, you will thank yourself. लेकिन अगर ये नहीं हुआ ना, तो आप वो वैसे शेख चिल्ली बनेंगे जो सिर्फ ख्याल अपने दिमाग में डालते रहते हैं, कभी कुछ कर नहीं पाते हैं, एंड यू विल बिकम दैट टॉकर इन दैट ग्रुप जो बड़ी बड़ी बातें करता है लेकिन कभी मटेरियल कुछ दिखा नहीं सकता. डोंट बिकम दैट पर्सन. एंड द ओनली थिंग यू हैव टू टेल योरसेल्फ इज द रीजन आई एम प्रोक्रेस्टिनेटिंग इज बिकॉज आई हैव गिवन माई सेल्फ ऑप्शंस. रिमूव दोज ऑप्शंस. कंप्लीटली रिमूव दोज ऑप्शंस. दैट इज व्हेन यू विल एक्ट. ट्राई इट. All right, a girl now. We need a girl. All right, we see you. I don't even see you. Okay, next you, पहले तो ये वो the one who's standing. कहाँ गया माइक? कहाँ गया? वो माइक वहां चला गया. ठीक है, तो अगला आपका फिर. आप हाँ बताइए. वो नहीं चल रहा. क्या हो गया? वो बहुत दूर कैच नहीं कर पा रहा. ओके, आप ऐसे पूछिए फिर मैं रिले करूंगा. एक्चुअली ये लीजिए ना. हाँ पूछिए.
Okay, sir. So, entrepreneurship.
पहले तो नाम.
Okay. Tanishka Sakunia, Biochemical Engineering, 2nd year.
राइट.
Okay, sir. So, entrepreneurship mindset demands risk taking and decision making. But how do we face uncertainty? Like I have come across the points where I can't face uncertainty because it depends on others what I am achieving.
Okay, give me an example.
You can say like maybe digital marketing
हाँ.
or network marketing or MLM.
ठीक है.
In the what I would be getting, it depends on people,
Yeah.
not me.
Yeah.
So I had faced the demotivation in uncertainty, and I want to know how to face that.
Okay, got it. ठीक है. I think I understand the question. I'll broaden this question, Kanishka, because then it will be applicable to all. कि अनसर्टेनिटी से कैसे फेस करें, फेलियर कैसे फेस करें, रिस्क टेकिंग कैसे बनाएं. The reality is the following. आप मुझे दिख नहीं रही हैं, but I hope you can hear me. The reality is हम आउटकम से नहीं डरते हैं. आउटकम के बाद लोग क्या कहेंगे उससे डरते हैं. You're not scared of the outcome. You're scared of what people will think of you once you have reached that outcome. So that risk-taking ability is nothing to do with your capability or the uncertainty of what will happen to you. The risk-taking capability is, if I fail, I will look like a loser in front of people who I don't want to look like a loser. Now ask yourself, why is that the case? क्योंकि ये हर एक इंसान के लिए सच है, by the way. मैं ऐसा नहीं बोल रहा हूं जो आप ही के लिए सच होगा. हर एक इंसान यहां समाज से डरता है. But we rarely ask ourselves क्यों? ये समाज हमारे लिए तो कुछ नहीं कर रहा है ना. क्या ये समाज आपके लिए पढ़ रहा है? नहीं. क्या समाज ने जेईई एग्जाम दिया है? नहीं. आप खुद के बलबूते पे यहां पहुंचे हैं, तो आपको समाज से क्यों डर लगता है? And it's a lot of conditioning, a lot of the way that you were raised, a lot of times when माँ पापा said दुनिया क्या कहेगी, लोग क्या कहेंगे, you started observing that, you became embarrassed, conscious, guilty, but that has to be broken, because you have to realize कि जिंदगी में कोई भी इंसान नहीं है जिसको आपकी जिंदगी से कुछ फर्क पड़ता है, कोई भी नहीं। उनकी अपनी जिंदगी इतनी फटी हुई है, वो आपकी जिंदगी में बिल्कुल भी फोकस नहीं कर रहे हैं, लेकिन आपको ऐसा लगता है कि हर एक इंसान आपकी जिंदगी में फोकस्ड है। सो नेक्स्ट टाइम, लेट्स से इट इज एनीथिंग, डिजिटल मार्केटिंग, MLM, any new field, go and do it. And it's okay if it doesn't work out. Because what you have to be okay with is your ability to actually go to your hostel at the end of that day and say, it didn't work out. And not feel embarrassed or ashamed. वो जब आपने कर लिया ना, तो फिर तो आप जीत गए, फिर तो दुनिया पे आप राज कर सकती हैं। लेकिन जब तक वो नहीं होगा, छोटी सी छोटी चीज भी आपको डरावनी लगेगी, and you'll never be able to accomplish that. And that's why I keep saying this. ये ना कोई मां के पेट से सीख के नहीं आता। हर एक इंसान हार कर ही सीखता है कि हारते कैसे हैं। किसी को भी नहीं बताया कि हारते कैसे हैं, हारने के बाद ही सीखा जाता है। और कॉलेज एक ऐसा जगह है जहां आप हार सकते हैं, और हारना चाहिए, क्योंकि यहां हार से कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा, आपकी जिंदगी तब भी बहुत खूबसूरत बनेगी। लेकिन अगर आपने इन 1, 2, 3 साल 4 साल अपने आप को हार से बचा लिया, तो जिंदगी तो आपको अलग ही दिशा में ले जाएगी जो बहुत बहुत डरावनी है। सो यूज दैट अपॉर्चुनिटी, गो एंड चैलेंज योरसेल्फ इन अ वे दैट यू नेवर डन बिफोर, and let the world think of what it is. It will be really tough in the beginning. You will go red, you will be embarrassed, you will feel ashamed, you will feel guilty, but you know what, you will get used to how to deal with it and process it, and the next time you'll be like, you know what, at least I tried. You didn't, so I'm the winner, not you. All right. Oh boy, let's go with the one in the jacket. Yes. माइक यहां तक पहुंच सकता है? माइक किसी को पता भी है कहां है? Okay. Go ahead.
Hello sir, I am Aniket from Civil first year, and you told that बिना प्लानिंग के भी जिंदगी आगे बढ़ सकती है, लेकिन हम कभी इंटरव्यू में बैठते, पहला सवाल ही आता है आप 5 साल में कहाँ देखते हैं अपने आप को, तो उसको कैसे ये टैकल करना है उस चीज को?
उस समय तो जो भी जवाब आपको सही लगता है दे दो, क्योंकि झूठी है जो आपको वहां ले जाएगा। सच तो यह है कि आप मुझे बोले सर आपको पता है कि 5 साल में आप कहां होगे। द ट्रूथ इज नोबडी नोज। लेकिन ये इतना घटिया एंड बहुत ही अजीबोगरीब सा सवाल है कि वेयर डू यू सी योरसेल्फ 5 years from now? Just give a random bullshit answer. It doesn't matter. The thing is, लोग ना वो नहीं सुनना चाहते जो आप बोलना चाहते हैं, लोग वो सुनना चाहते हैं जो वो सुनना चाहते हैं, तो आप उनको वो सुना दीजिए। And you could very well be in a completely different position after 5 years, पर वो थोड़ी है 5 साल बाद आपके पास आएगा, बोला इंटरव्यू में तुमने बोला था तुम यहां हो गए, अब तो तुम इससे ऊपर चले गए हो, ऐसे कैसे वापस आओ? No, what happened? Nobody remembers, nobody knows, nobody cares. Think of why they're asking the question. They're asking the question to assess कि आपके पास क्लैरिटी है या आपके पास कॉन्फिडेंस है। क्लैरिटी क्या है? 5 साल बाद मैं यहां आऊंगा, ओके, क्लैरिटी। कॉन्फिडेंस, मुझे घंटा फर्क पड़ता है मैं 5 साल के बाद कहां आऊंगा। Now you can do that according to what your willingness is, but nobody is going to keep you accountable for that. And my honest admission is, उस समय पे just give the answer that you know will work for you. All right, the lady there, yes.
Guys, we are short of time, so we will only have one more question.
Okay, so one more question. आप पे बिल्कुल भी प्रेशर नहीं है अब एक बहुत ही अच्छा सवाल पूछने का।
I'm Harshita, and my question is, how you know what are you doing right now makes you happy? Like, it may be because of you are disciplined about it. That's why you feel it is giving me kick that I can wake up and do this and get to. But
That's a great question. That's actually a really good question. Okay, so Harshita's question is, how do you know what you're doing is really making you happy or not? I can answer that for me, Harshita, and all of you will have your own answer. My definition of happiness is the following. एक दिन में मैं कितनी चीजें करता हूं जो किसी और ने नहीं बोली हैं मुझे करने के लिए, और कितनी चीजें मैं करता हूं जो मैंने डिसाइड करी है मैं करूंगा. I'll say this once more. एक दिन में how many things do I end up doing that someone else has asked me to do, and how many things do I end up doing that I want to do? And if the ratio of what I want to do is significantly higher than the ratio of what people have asked me to do, I'm happy, because for me that is all that matters. So you will always find yourself stressed, unhappy, not at peace, anxious, because not, oh, I don't enjoy this, oh, I'm being forced to do this, oh, it's difficult. No, there are people who are immensely happy even in the most difficult of situations. There are people who are immensely happy even with money or without money. There are people who are immensely happy and you'll be like, how is it that you're happy? Only because a large part of their day is spent on doing things that they want to do, not on doing things that others have asked them to do. And once you get to that point, I would say I'm happy. That's my definition. Okay, we don't have any more time. Sorry, डांट पड़ेगी मुझे प्रखर से. हाँ प्रखर, आ गया मारने के लिए. हाँ, बताओ.
So we'll have a felicitation ceremony with for you from Translate only.
Okay.
So you'll have to stand here only.
ठीक है, perfect. Okay. प्रखर is like बहुत घटिया सेशन था. जल्दी से बंद कर देते हैं क्योंकि अब लोगों को IQ डैमेज होना शुरू हो गया है. All right. Yes, please go ahead.
So, as we wrap up this incredible session, I'd like to thank Ankur sir for inspiring all of us and sharing his wonderful insights. His career is a proof that failures are real outcomes and bold decisions can shape your success. Let us all take these lessons forward into our lives, build our careers, and chase our dreams with full enthusiasm. Now I request our Vice President of Eastern IIT BHU, Pranjali Yadav, and Associate Vice President, Athar Patil, to present Sir with a token of appreciation.
Let's do that. I want to take one as well. And